Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. I am taking you to the part 2 of the book. The reason because Viktor Frankl, through his book Man's Search for Meaning, is trying to explain some important concepts about a man's journey in his life for meaning. The main story of Mr. Frankl is he was a part of the Nazis' camp. As we go through the part 2, then we will go to part 1. The reason I want part 2 to come first, because in this entire book, for me, the part 2 sounded really beneficial, and this is something which I learned from the book. This book does explains the pitiable condition that humanity has ever gone through and will never go through again. At the same time, this book shows a lot of optimism towards life. And that is what I have learned from the book. And that is the reason I am sharing with you the most optimistic part of this book. So let's enter the book and explore the most optimistic part. The most optimistic part is exploring meaning of life through love. The three ways to find the meaning in life, according to Mr. Frankl, is the meaning through love, the meaning through suffering, the meaning by giving yourself to a cause bigger than yourself. The most important one Mr. Frankl shares is the meaning through love. Love. The salvation of a man is through love and in love. Love is the highest goal to which a man can aspire. The angels are lost in the perpetual contemplation of an infinite glory. So when these words are coming out from Mr. Frankl's thought is when he is marching along with 200 of his colleagues in the Nazi camp, where they have to walk for kilometers and kilometers to dig tunnels. And in that journey, it so happens that in one of the journey, he badly falls down. And he falls down not just badly, but he is roughly pierced by all the ice on which he falls. And for miles together, he falls down from the top of a mountain. Within that moment, Mr. Frankl saw a magical thing happening with him. And what was the magical thing? The magical thing was he suddenly sees the face of his beloved who has come there like a glowing sun and showing her face to him as if comforting him with her arms, saying that you can do it, Frankl, you can do it. That is the moment when Mr. Frankl realizes there is a possibility to explore the meaning of life through love. And there he feels love is the highest goal to which man can aspire. Just imagine this guy is in Nazi's camp, doesn't know whether his wife is alive, whether she is gone, she's there, not there. But within the deepest of moment of despair, the one person's face that comes in front of his eyes, that too to comfort him, that too to encourage him, is his beloved. And that's where he feels this is the meaning of life. Isn't it so outstanding to understand that within a pain, within the most painful of situation, when you are able to see your beloved's face, that itself shows to you that this is the highest meaning of life. Probably the angels are always lost in contemplating the love for the universe. And that's what Mr. Frankl is trying to explain here. Let's understand more about it. Speaking to the author's beloved. So, what happens now that he has started falling and the beautiful face of his wife has appeared in front of him? What happens is that he feels that love goes far beyond the physical person of the beloved. It goes far beyond, because his beloved wife is not there at the moment. But in his deepest of fall, she can come through and she can literally save him, and she can encourage him that you can do it and you can move further and you can survive in this camp because I am waiting for you. That feeling is what Mr. Frankl is trying to explain, that it is beyond the physical person, it is beyond even wanting to know whether someone is alive or not, because in your soul they are so vibrant, so alive, that their face is appearing like a shining sun amidst the darkness, amidst the pain, amidst all the atrocities of the world that could have been given to a human living being. It finds the deepest meaning in her spiritual being. Whether or not she is actually present does not matter. In an essence, what Mr. Frankl is saying, there is nothing at all a person has to do with the physical presence of another when you really are connected and in love with the person. Let's see further. The meaning of love. Love is the only way to grasp another human being in the innermost core of their personality. So, what does Mr. Frankl says here? In the innermost core of their personality, the only process to reach the innermost core of another person's personality is to love them. So, if you want to love somebody truly, you have to really, really reach the deepest part of them to know, in essence, what are they. And when you reach there, when you have the patience, when you have the persistence to explore the innermost part of someone's personality, you are actually so involved with them that you have made them a part of your soul and they live inside you day in and day out. And that's what is coming so beautifully here. Let's see further. Essence of another human being. No one can become fully aware of the very essence of another being unless he or she loves him or her. So, what does Mr. Frankl means by the essence? When we see a person, okay, what do we see about them? We see how they look, we see what they're wearing, we see how comfortable they are with us, we see how warm they are with us, we see the physical aura which people create around us, and we fall in love with them. Mr. Frankl here is challenging this concept of everything that is appearing external, because the most beautiful thing that was there in his life is evaporated from his life like it never existed. But even though the physical form does not exist in life, still he is able to feel the physical and the mental presence of this person in the core, because he is connected to the person at the core of their personality. Let's see further. What does true love entails to? By true love, one can see the essential traits and feature of the others. So what does he means when I said in my previous slide that the true core personality of a person? What Mr. Frankl is trying to explain, that the true core personality, that is the essence of a person, is to understand what is his or her potential, what has been actualized in this person and what has not been actualized. To really have the patience to reach to this level where you are completely in knowledge of whether a certain personality trait is there in the person, whether they are capable of certain things, are there things inside the other person which they have not yet explored but they are capable of according to you, then yes, you are in love and you are truly in love because you could have the patience to reach the core of their personalities and you are not just happy with their external experience of yourself. So here he says, what is his or her potential? What is yet to be actualized? What has been actualized? Let's see further. By love. What does by love means? So what love can do is what Mr. Frankl is explaining here. The loving person enables the beloved to actualize their potentialities by making him or her aware what he can be and what he should become. He or she makes the potentialities come true in the other. So when a person truly loves you, can actually make you realize your core potentialities which are lying dormant within you. They can recognize that, they can work on that, and they can make you confident that you can really achieve your potentialities. And that is where the patience in love is what he is speaking about. And within that Nazi camp, in the entire period, his love for his wife has continuously come again and again to convince him that he has the power to survive even the dreadest of things, to just be himself and come out surviving as a camp person. Look at the beauty of love, guys. I mean, we think of love as such, such taken for granted things where, if somebody speaks harshly to us or when someone is angry to us, we just reject them from our life. We just take one or two of their bad qualities and start telling everybody, and we ourselves, feel very bad about those things and we leave them. But look at this. What he's saying, that the true potentiality of a person can be known only when you are connected to them at their core. How far do we try to connect to people at their core? We always connect to people based on their traits that are appearing outside. But Mr. Frankl is here suggesting that true love is about finding the real essence of a person. And what does essence means? By churning and churning, churning and churning, what is left out of a person, that is the true essence of a person. Not how he behaves, not how he speaks, not his possessions, nothing but the core, the churn that is left back after everything. That is the core essence which Mr. Frankl is trying to explain here. Isn't it beautiful? To conclude, a love, suffering and love go hand in hand. Let's explore in my next video on how this suffering has actually made Mr. Frankl understand love more and how love has made him survive in the Nazi camp. Let's see.